All right, I see people are finding me. We'll wait just a couple more minutes. Oh, nice, Anita. Hi, everybody. Welcome. There's Connie. I see Joanne's here, and Cindy's here. Anita, Diane, Nancy St. Pierre, Connie, Cindy Todd. All right. Looks like we're getting on. Well, got about 30 more seconds. Give people a couple more chances to find me. Did you guys have a problem finding me tonight, those of you that are on? Hi, Sue. Okay, there's Kathy. All right, I guess we get started. As my description said, we're going to make 3 cards. So, this is the June new hostess code. If you're going to put in an order that's less than $150, please use this host code. If you ever have a problem putting in an order, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than glad to help you out in any way that I can. So tonight I am featuring a beautiful new set that is in our new catalog. It is the Elegant set. We have a punch that goes with it. Oops, I didn't grab that. Hold on a minute. So if you purchase the stamp set with this punch, you save 10%. And then we have this beautiful paper as well that I will be showcasing tonight. I'm just curious if people can see this well enough. So this is the one side and this is the other side. There are 6 pieces that have some type of foil in there for you, and then the other side is kind of matted, but I just love the colors. I think it's so elegant and pretty. So if you're interested, the item number is 155761. It's called Simply Elegant Specialty Paper. And then I'm using these new tags that are just awesome. Tailor Made Tags. And that item number is 155563. So I told you I was going to create 3 cards for you. Oh, I love this set too, Sue. 3 cards for you. One was a simple, basic stamping. Then the next one was a step up. And then I have a wow. So let's start with the basic, which is right here. Everybody that knows me for any period of time knows that I absolutely love black and white. So when I saw this in the stamp set, in the catalog, that was probably one of my first stamp sets because I wanted to be able to do the black and white. So my basic cardstock is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Let me grab a bone folder here. My desk is a mess. I'm going to burnish this so I can have a nice crispy fold. And then I have a piece of black that is just an odd number. It is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I wanted just a tiny, tiny little border. So then this comes down to 1/8 more. So this is like 5 by 3 3/4. Got most of my stamps all ready to go. I'm using the Memento Black. I wanted to take a second before I forget, because I think I forgot last time. We have some new kits that are starting. They started yesterday, I believe. There's 8 or 9 little kits, and then I bought the butterfly one because I wanted you guys to see this particular kit. They're geared to the beginner stamper or the one that doesn't have a new stamper, that doesn't have a lot of supplies. So this one doesn't require any stamping. Everything's done. You're just kind of assembling it. You get everything you need. So this is card number 3. And you can see the cute little envelopes that go with it. I just like this so much. Now you can order these online. They are as supplies last. We have no idea how long that's going to be, depending on how much people like them. Connie's making me laugh. She says, oh, I have no intention of buying the stamp, and then I see somebody stamp with it. Welcome to my world, Connie. I'm just like that. So, because this is a large stamp, I'm going to stamp my stamp pad onto the stamp. I want to make sure I've got plenty of coverage. This is a cling mount, so it has a little padding on its own. I'm going to come right up here in the corner. And I'm just going to hold that there for a few seconds. Let the ink gravitate to the paper. I would really make sure that you have a nice, juicy stamp pad. So if you haven't re-inked your black for a while and you use it as much as I do, I would re-ink it and let it sit there for a few minutes, like 10 minutes or so. Now I'm doing the opposite corner, diagonal. So there is that. Then, as you can see, I have this. So without cutting it, because I wanted to create a little bit of stability, I'm just going to punch 2 out of my layer. You could cut it, but I find that this provides a little bit of stability to my card. Let me grab my silicone mat. I also need to stamp my words, which are right here. I do not have my sticker on that. I'm just going to hold that right there. Then I did ink this up again. Grab a piece of scrap paper. Must have been one of the kids' math sheets. So I came back because I wanted to create a little bit of design. And if it's different shading, it's okay. Don't think you have to do it over. I'm going to give that just a second to dry before I handle it. I'm going to put some of my favorite adhesive, Tombow, on the back of this. Yes, it was a great day to be gardening today. Alright, so I am going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals behind this. I want to make it pop up. sometimes I find if you do this to your cards, it just creates a whole new level. Let me bring in my card bases. Let's see, a couple of new people have joined us. Hi, Chammy and Stephanie. So even just like that, it's a very pretty card. You could make these into a set of note cards to give somebody as a gift. So now I'm going to take my, here, and I'm going to attach these somewhat like this, temporarily, with the piece I punched. I'm going to take my punch, punch that out, and decide how far apart I need these to be. I want almost the same amount on the top as I have on the bottom. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to lift this up, put a little bit of Tombow. And it's alright if it comes out because you're going to cover it anyways. And it's easy to line up the edges. Now we did a card in my kits this week that you put them the opposite way so that this pretty decal was on both ends. So I'm going to put some more behind this. Some more Stampin' Dimensionals. Clean and simple. It's a great card if you don't have a lot of supplies, but you want to add a lot of wow factor. So this one I thought I would put pearls on it. I just want to see what the difference is. It's funny how sometimes I like pearls better and other times I like the rhinestones. But let's see what it looks like with the pearls. I'm going to put one up here. Oops. So there. Card number 1 done. So card number 2 is very similar, as you can see, but now I added some paper and I just changed the wording. So isn't this paper just beautiful? I just think it's stunning. And I lost a piece. So that's okay. We'll go with the flow. So this time when I'm going to stamp it, I need to move these out of my way just a little bit. I'm going to stamp them a little bit closer because I'm going to be putting some paper. So I wanted you to see that how you use the same layout, you can make many different versions. Nope, I might have went off a little bit, but that's okay. Now I'm going to put it down in the corner here. It's hard sometimes to see with the overhead camera. I might have to go off a little bit with this one, then it will look a little bit balanced. I love this design, don't you? Those of you that like to color, this is a great coloring set. Okay, so now I'm going to put my papers. I'm using this rich copper, silver, black side. The first piece I'm going to put really close, right on that edge. And I would recommend that you use the Tombow or some heavy tape because of the foil in this paper. It's just a tad thicker, not much, but a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to come in about 1/8 of an inch. And then one more. Again, about 1/8 of an inch. Or whatever you think looks nice. So while that dries, I did already stamp my... So this one, as you can see, this one it was rounded. This one I put the 2 points. So again, I'm taking my black... my black mat, punching 2 out. Now this one I'm going to make into an anniversary card. I need to have a large memento. There we go. So this time they're going to go like this. That looks good. Oh, a little too close. That's why I like the wet glue. It gives you just a few minutes to make, I call them modifications. There, that's better. Okay, so this should be dry enough. You grab some long scissors. Just cutting that off. Now this one I did not pop it up, but if you wanted to, you certainly could do that. I'm just trying to teach you how using the same layout, just by changing a thing or two, you can create a whole new image. Oops, my black mat, I almost did it. Let me put it on my silicone, so since I have a lot of glue on it. Alright, so let's re-glue this up. Is that a word? Re-glue this up? It is now, right peeps? Okay, so we need some stamping dimensionals again. Anybody do any crafting today? I did some. My sister was here and we had fun. Anybody else? Alright, let's put some pearls on this one and then we'll have a little conversation about which one we like better. Okay, so there's card number 2. What do you think, people? You move stuff around a little bit so I can do card number 3. I wish your sister was here too, Connie. Alright, so you ready for the wow one? Here is my wow one. Untie it. For those of you that took my technique class a few months ago where you made a suit, this is similar. It's just folded a little bit different. It's called an arrow fold card. And then I just love this soft ribbon. It's called crinkle seam binding ribbon. I just love the simplicity and the richness of it. So this looks like it's hard, but it's really not, my friends. So what I did is I started with 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because I needed one for the top and one for the bottom. And then you have your standard card base. So you got to do a little bit of measurements. Let me find my small scoreboard. I'm always moving stuff around, so I can't find anything. I just know it's easier for you guys to see the small one. But as you can see, I have a black line on my small one. I've done that for a number of reasons, and tonight will be one of them. So I need to find the center point of my card. And I need a pencil. So, since this is 5 1/2, 2 3/4 is the center point. So I'm just going to put a little mark there so I can see it. And then I'm going to put a little mark on my, where it's folded. I can erase these after. I just want to be able to see them. Then, so this is 4 1/4. So I got to come down 2 inches. So 4 1/4, 3 1/4, 2 1/4. That's where my second fold is going to start. And it's going to come in a 1/4 of an inch on each side. So this one I got to mark it here so I can see. So 2 1/4, and I already did the 1/2 inch. So what I do is this point here and my center point I can see on my black line. I'm just going to hold that in place and score it. Just like that. Then I'm going to slide it down. And really the distance between these doesn't really matter. It's how big you want your, I call them rings, to be. So that dot's there, and this dot is in my fold, in my black line. So let me do this again. Here's my black line. Here's my center one. Bring it down a little bit so I can really see it good. You gotta hold it so that you can make a straight line. But when you're done, you have this angle fold. So that's why I have a black line on my scoreboard. I have it on my big one too. Because sometimes you need an angle score, and it's hard to do. This way it's easy. So I'll bring it up so you can see. So the first one was from the corner to the center of my page. Corner to the center of my card, and then I came down 2 inches and in about 1/4 of an inch. Again, how far down doesn't matter, or this way. What's important is that you do the same on both sides. That's what's important. So we're going to fold this first, burnish it, fold the other one, and they will overlap and be a little bit bulky, but it's okay. And then we bring this one back. So bring that one back. And it gets a little bulky down here, so I'm off a little bit. Let me see why. I shouldn't be, but sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of refolding it. Yeah, it seems better this way. All right. So there we have it. So the easiest thing for me was to just attach this and cut it rather than trying to measure it and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. If you have a better method, please share with everybody. So now I'm going to put some of this red glue into this fold. I want to line this edge up with my fold. So I'm going to stand it up and bring it down. So once you do that, it's easy to cut. I thought I had some big scissors out. So I'm just trimming away. You could put it on your cutter if you wanted to. I see what I did wrong. It's not quite up in the corner here. See how this one's in the corner? So don't make that mistake that I made. Now you want to keep these little pieces because you're going to use them on these little flaps here. Like this. Thought we could do it backwards. Yeah, that's what I did wrong. So just take your time and so I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I'm hoping you can see that. Yeah, this is a really fun fold. And the way we folded it last time is we folded it the opposite way, and it looked like a lady's suit jacket. I don't know if any of you that are on tonight made that particular class, but it was really fun to make. This way. And these are scraps anyway, so might as well use them up instead of cutting another piece of paper. Just try not to go past your fold. Let that dry for a minute. While that's drying, we're going to put this inside. And you may, if you didn't score it exactly, you may have to do a little bit of trimming. So I always put the glue on here versus my paper. And again, make sure you don't go past your fold, because then your card will be bulky. Alright, so let's get the scissors out, give this a haircut. So if you're one that likes to do some fun folds, this is a great one to do. And it makes such a pretty presentation for a wedding card or an anniversary card. Oops. Alright, so now I'm going to glue my flaps down. Just hold that there for a minute. And then we only want to put a little bit of adhesive down here. Hold that for a minute. And sometimes this part gets dirty and you can just cut another pretty piece of paper. As you can see, I got some ink on it. Alright. So I cut a tag from the tag thing, and I did use the reinforcers. I think Sue Trumaine was on a couple of weeks ago, and you can get 4 of them when you cut it out. So I'm gonna find my eraser. Everything but. So I'm using the Pretty Red Insane, and what I do if I don't put my stickers on, I just put a little mark so I know where the top is. So that's what the mark is on my stamp. I'm going to have it go as close to the edge as I can and down. Hold that right there. And then there's probably some flowers here on the scrap that you can cut out, which is what I do. Now I'm going to take about 20 inches of this beautiful seam binding ribbon. Thread it through, just like this. Then on the back of this, I'm going to put some stamping dimensionals. Let me bring in my card. I want that to be about right there. So now I can put my you just want to hold your ribbon until I'm not attaching the ribbon, I'm just holding it there. So that way I can slide it. I want to make sure these go the same length. Now at this point, if you wanted to tack it down, you could, but it's really not necessary. A little bit more. Move the stamp out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. There. Make sure it's flat. It's very light and airy, this ribbon. It's just so pretty. And you'd be able to color it any color you want with your blends. Making my bow. Holding my knot and adjusting my bow loops. Grab my ribbon scissors. So there's that one. I'll cut out some flowers after. That's all I did is took scraps like this and cut a flower. Put it like that, put the straight edge there. So do you like the ones with the pearls better or the ones with the rhinestones? Or it doesn't matter, they're both pretty in my book. But this is a really lovely suite of products to make some elegant cards. It's perfect for weddings or special anniversaries or special celebrations. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the class. I will try to get the measurements up tomorrow. If not, definitely by the next day. So Nancy likes the pearls better. Good. I like them both too. I think they're both pretty. They're both elegant. I don't really have a preference. So use up your scraps. Like here's some scraps. I could even cut some flowers off. So until next week, everybody, have a great day, great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Bye-bye now.